And we are back on another Saturday night here. And I'm going to open up our cameras here if they want to click. There we go. Now we're open there. So we're right back on another Saturday night. And it's not me and Riley this week. We got the man himself back once again. Dan's here. And we have a lot of good topics tonight, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like we do too. There's been a lot going on. You know, it's the winter.
Yeah.
It's winter. It's ridiculously cold
It
here
is
in Northeast
really cold.
Wisconsin. So it's a perfect time to just sit down, hunker down, find
Right.
yourself a nice movie or show.
Without a doubt. And there's been some really good ones that came out. I just went and saw one. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday I went and saw the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Now, did you ever play the games growing up or not?
Never
too
played
much?
the games, never saw the first one. So I'm
Really?
the worst person
Okay.
to talk to about that.
Well, it's pretty good. I mean, it's kind of like it's like a dark side of Chuck E. Cheese. Is kind of what they're getting at with this series.
I've always been confused. Is this for kids or is this like a rated R? Like I've always
It's
been
rated
confused
R, I
about it.
believe. Or actually, it's rated PG-13. But it's a kid's game. It's just one of those horror games. It's not really that scary. It's just the jump scares are there, you know? So that's enough. But it's just kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese type of deal where they have these haunted animatronics that run around and try and kill you. That's the whole basis of it.
So, well, yeah.
And I like the games growing up, but they haven't done great with the movies, in my opinion.
Yeah, tell me about it. Tell me about the first one to this now second
Yeah, so the
one.
first one was not great. It was kind of a shock they got a second one. I think it's one of those things, just so many people were interested in the games. They're now watching the movies because it's there. And basically his little brother, the main guy who Josh Hutchinson is playing, his little brother was like kidnapped, and the guy who owns Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria kidnaps these kids, and the souls go inside of the animatronics now. So they're like kind of haunted, but like not really, which leads into the second movie, which I won't spoil too much about. But yeah, so the little girl or his little sister is now like best friends with these robots. They're like her only friends because she has no friends at school. And it's like just like a dark story to it and doesn't really go anywhere. It's not the greatest. And then it got a second movie and it was even worse. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I have it on here, but it opened up, the Rotten Tomato score was like 30% or something. The first one had like 36%. They're not great.
Yeah,
all.
that's really I'm just surprised that it's a full-blown franchise.
Yeah.
You know, two movies in
Yeah.
what probably the last not even 5 years.
Yeah,
that
I
they
think,
pumped these movies out.
Yeah, they've been pretty close to each other, but it's just weird because there's so many. Like Josh Hutchinson is a really big name, and I have some other news on him. But
PETA.
yeah, PETA, we're getting into that soon. He's a big name, and then the little girl who's like the little sister, horrible actress, like in my opinion. Like
Okay.
the whole thing is kind of forced. Like she's trying to cry in the second movie. She's doing a thing where like she looks like she has to poop. She's like trying to cry. I'm like, this is so bad.
I'm really picky about movies I choose to see
Right.
in the theaters and spend
Yeah.
money on. So I'm very surprised to hear that you chose that one.
Yeah, well, I go
Is there
I go a lot.
Is there
so, I mean,
anything
it's-
even else competing with that right now? Like what's out? Like is there any new releases? I'm trying to think.
Now, I think that Begonia movie is still in theaters. And
Yeah.
it's got to be on its back end. I saw the new Now You See Me movie. That was really good. It's actually
Really?
probably one of the best movies I saw this year.
I've
It
all
was
right now
way up
now
there,
I'm
yeah.
conflict. Now I'm
The
hearing
first two were
conflict.
super good.
Yeah.
So that was the worry. It's like, oh, they're going to bring this back. And they have like a younger, like they expand the Horsemen
Mhm.
and there's a younger crowd in there. But they actually, they filled in so well. It wasn't like a buffer. It's like, oh, they're trying to replace them. It worked perfectly.
Yeah, I heard conflicting reviews on that now.
But I think it worked really great. But I was teasing a little bit at PETA as we call them now. Everybody knows the Hunger Games. Sunrise on the Reaping was the newest book, and this one follows Hey Mitch's Hunger Games. Now
Oh, so it's
Yeah.
back in time.
they realized it's doing really well. They had Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which was, I think, one of the first Hunger Games where President Snow was like a game like coach, and they went back to that. Did really well, so she released another book, and it was just announced that in this movie, which is coming out in 2026, PETA and Katniss are actually back in it. So Jennifer Lawrence and Josh Hutchinson are actually going to be in there, which is really cool to see him come back after as long. There's like a forward gap. It's like, oh, well, this is what he did after. So,
Yeah, I'm a little confused about the timeline here. If it's
Okay.
Is it about Hey Mitch's Hunger Games?
Yes,
But
this is
then
about
how is
Hey Mitch.
Katniss and PETA in it?
I don't know. I did not read the book, but from what I have heard is it jumps forward and it's kind of like, or maybe it starts off and it's like a
Goes back
flashback
and
and he
forth.
goes through his whole thing. Yeah, so it's like present day Hey Mitch because his games were really bizarre and I guess one of the more gruesome ones. Hence why he's like a raging alcoholic through the entire
Right,
series.
right.
And so it's gonna dive into what built that PTSD and why his is so much worse than a lot of the other winners that you see. So I'm thinking maybe it's him telling his story and they're gonna jump back and forth between that. He narrates it, which would be pretty cool. So
Is Woody Harrelson in it too?
I haven't seen he's in
Because
this yet. So
that would be a pretty big
if
bummer.
he was narrating the whole movie, I feel like that'd actually be kind of
That'd be
like
pretty
a cool
sick.
perspective.
Yeah, because he's one of the best characters, obviously.
Yeah.
I I actually just rewatched all of them not too
Mm,
long, except like the most recent one that just came out like a few years ago.
right.
That one stunk, right? Like nobody liked that one.
Yeah, it wasn't good. That had Rachel Ziegler
Right.
playing Lucy Gray or something her name was.
Yeah, that didn't do too
Yeah,
well.
it didn't do great.
I didn't watch that one, but I rewatched all of
Yeah.
the Jennifer Lawrence ones, and
Oh yeah, they're great. I
man,
can watch them over and over again. They did
you forget how good they
perfect with
are.
'em. Yeah. Well,
Forget how good
that's
they are.
like I've watched them a lot because my girlfriend's really into them. She reads all the books, and going into it, like before each new movie, we have to rewatch the entire thing again.
Yeah,
Which I'm like, okay, here we go. And then by like halfway through the first movie, I'm like, fine, I'll watch the other
you're
ones.
into it, man.
Yeah.
It's really good. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited for that one.
Yep. And then another movie that has a couple ties going together. I'm gonna first go right into the one where you're not gonna focus too much on. But did you ever watch Avatar: The Last Airbender or anything growing up? It's kind of like the cartoon anime type of deal.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
they made
I
the
was a big
live
Avatar
action.
guy.
Yeah, they made the live action on Netflix, which
Didn't
was
watch it.
it was okay, but Netflix did the perfect thing that Netflix always does, where they waited too long between seasons. So they released a trailer for the second season where Toph, the Earthbender, comes in, and the kids look so much older in it. It's just they're ridiculously old. Like he's supposed to be, and now the story all takes place. All three seasons should be within a year. But the problem is he looks like he's aged like 5 years between seasons now. So people are complaining about that. But I mean,
That I
I
feel
have
like
good hopes.
those days are gone where
Yeah,
you're getting a season of a series
right.
every year. You're not It's not happening anymore.
Yeah,
So that's why like I don't know, just off the top of my head, Euphoria,
that's
that
been.
next season
I
is
was a
coming out.
freshman in college when that first season came out.
That next
So
season's coming out, I believe, in
yeah,
2026,
yep.
and they're taking like a 5-6 time jump.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
because it's like
like
a 5 year
because
gap
all of
between
them are all like
seasons.
30 years old now.
Right.
Well, I
I
mean, like
mean,
none of them were high schoolers to begin with when
we,
they first started shooting that show.
yeah,
They're all like early 20s, but now they're all like damn near 30s.
yeah, and you gotta look at the growth of a lot of the people in there too. Like Sydney Sweeney, that was like one of her first big gigs was Euphoria, and people almost forget about that when they're talking about her now. And Zendaya, that wasn't her first gig by any means, but I mean she's
I feel like that
grown a
was her
lot since
first
then.
like more dramatic type of
Yes,
role.
that was her more like serious,
Breakout. I would
like
say that's a
breakout role.
breakout performance for
Without a
sure.
doubt. But we were going into Avatar. Moving on to the next one. Everybody knows this series. You can't not know it at this point. We have Avatar. This is the third one. So this is from Fire and Ash. I'm so excited for this. I didn't see the first one in theaters when it came out, but when The Way of Water came out 2 years ago now or something, I think it was, I went and saw it in theaters. I had IMAX and 3D. I doubled it up. It was really good.
Yeah, the I really enjoyed the Way of Water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was really good. I like the bringing all the characters back and like
Yeah.
kind of like fully immersed in this new world and how
Yep.
they're adapting to it, and then they find another tribe of the same people, but
Right.
they're water people. So, but like, what's crazy is what the coolest part about this next one is that it's coming out so much quicker than the last one.
Yeah,
Obviously,
it
we
was a
waited over a
huge
decade
gap.
for Avatar 2, but
Yeah, and then
man,
this one was like 2 years. So this one is very soon. December 19th is when this comes out. Another one of those James Cameron films. He
not
was
this year,
so
right?
yeah, December 19th,
Wow.
2025. Yeah,
See, that's
like a week
impressive.
away.
That's really impressive.
Yeah, and
Thank
there's
you, James
supposed to be
Cameron.
there's supposed to be another one that comes out, a fourth movie. I don't know when they're planning on getting that out, but this one takes place on Pandora once again, where the Navi culture for the Ash people makes its way, which we never really knew anything about the water people until that second movie. Then they're like, oh, there's this whole other tribe. And then at that point, I mean, you can really expand that as far as you want. So now we're going into fire. Begin
Also, at
development.
the same time, like poor James Cameron too, because it's like
Yeah.
it's probably the only
Oh, yeah.
thing he's been able to do like the
Right.
last like 20 years,
Yeah.
which sucks for him.
Exactly. I
It's
mean,
like every time he turns around, he's probably getting pressed by producers, executive
yeah, he
producers,
had a red carpet interview where they're
studios.
like, "Have you started writing the fourth movie?" And
Can't get
his
away from
wife
it.
literally spoke up. She goes, "I just got him back. Give me at least 2 months before he starts writing the
Yeah,
next
dude.
one."
Like, well, I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
the man's getting paid, but at the
Right.
same time, like, man, what he probably has all these other movie ideas that he'd
Oh,
like to
yeah.
do, but he just cannot do it because
Right.
either he needs to push out. So then maybe that's why this
Yeah.
current Avatar is coming out so much quicker than the last
And I
one
like
because he
that
just wants
this
to get it
is
over with.
right. But the thing is, they made it fast, so this concerns me a little bit, just because the standard of CGI and stuff has definitely pulled back. But he did really well with Way of Water and
I
stuff
feel
too.
like
It
he's
looked
not
amazing,
gonna.
and I don't think he's a sellout guy. So if
exactly.
he can prove in a matter of 2 years you can still make this product, there's zero excuses for other films to not uphold that standard.
Yeah, I guarantee they probably. It seems like just
Yeah.
because of this, the time frame. It seems like they probably never even stopped filming. They probably just went right
No, they
into.
probably went right from one to
I'd like
another.
to. I'd like to dig into how they went around
Right.
all that.
Well, it's weird too because they have that actual kid. He's like the human still who wears like the mask, and his the other sergeant or the villain is his father. So I'm curious to see like how much he has aged because it wasn't a big turnaround. So if it just kind
No,
of
I
looks like it
guarantee-
picked up where it left off,
think
he
so.
probably looks like he's just aging normally.
Which is smart.
That's the way it should be.
And you wouldn't expect you would expect a TV series to do that more than actual like movie franchises, which is
Yeah.
crazier too. So kudos to James
Yeah.
Cameron.
Without a doubt. Well, we have a little movie clip to show you guys, and then following that movie clip, we're gonna go right to a break. And when we come back, we're gonna talk about John Cena retiring, and then the one that you have heard over and over and over for it feels like forever now. We have a little bit to talk about with the new Diddy documentary, so enjoy this clip before we get into that. We're back once again after a short break. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed seeing that trailer there. It's always a treat when we get to find those trailers.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
we have to find everything through the Associated Press. So when they put trailers in, it's a nice little gift. We enjoy it. So we're gonna hop right into this here now. We're gonna start off on the better topic here, the one that's not so sad and isn't so overdone. The one man who actually, he's not in the photos. I thought we had photos with him.
Who?
John Cena.
That's literally John Cena right there. Oh
Who?
my
Where?
god.
Yeah. Where?
Can't see me. Oh
You
my
can't see me,
god.
Yeah.
You got mine. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. But yeah, that's a good one. Man, it's
Yeah.
one thing to be the GOAT of
Right.
WWE, which we can get into. But I feel like he's also just like the GOAT human being. Like he is
Right,
like
he
the greatest
really
human
is.
of all time. Like what really
Yeah.
sticks out to me like throughout his career is like the Make-A-Wish things. Like, I don't know.
Oh, he did great.
If
with
you're
those,
able
yeah.
to, quickly pull it up on social media for those of you watching, like you can quickly find these videos on Instagram or TikTok. Just search up John Cena Make-A-Wish. He makes it a point to do pretty much every single one that is
Yeah.
requested of his presence, and he makes it happen. And it's like the most powerful thing that you can see a human do.
It
And
is,
it's like
yeah.
he does not do anything wrong. Like
No.
ever. He can't do anything wrong.
No, I mean the only time I can ever remember him having a somewhat controversial thing was it was at like the Grammys or something. He walked out naked, just like
I
holding
was
his
about to
front of
put
him.
that picture in.
But yeah, oh, did you find it on
Yeah.
there? Yeah, but that's the only thing, and
And that's not even
that bad. That's like
controversial.
a
It's just him
standard
being
thing,
funny.
and yeah,
And
it's
that's
just,
another thing about his career and why, he's probably taking this step away from WWE, which, he's definitely still going to be around,
Yeah.
because it's such a well-oiled machine in WWE right
Right.
now, and the fact that they have like Triple H running things,
Yep.
and the writers' room is full of a bunch of WWE like alumni. So
Yep.
he'll be involved. I bet in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, his last matches tonight against Gunther, which is some people are saying that's controversial because it's not. It's Gunther is not bringing like you know say it was John Cena and The Miz or John
Yeah.
Cena and Cody.
Well, listen, at least we don't have like him, his big exit being against like Logan Paul or something. Like
Yeah,
that would be
and like
brutal.
the most surprising heel turn of WWE like
Yeah.
history was John Cena, him coming back after his like little hiatus
Mhm.
a year or two ago. And it's man, I'm gonna definitely tune in a little bit. Right
Yeah.
as soon as this show's done is when the
Yeah.
match is gonna start. So man, it's gonna be hard not to get a little emotional because he's who I
I
grew up
watching
watching
him.
him.
Yeah.
But that's what I was gonna say. Like John Cena, the only other person I could say like is the goat of wrestling is either Hulk Hogan
Yep.
or Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, well, I was looking at someone
And for me,
here. So he's a 16-time world champion, which tied Ric Flair, which, he's up there too. So, I mean,
but I'd like to say I don't think the championships matter as much, obviously, because it's not an
right.
actual competition.
Yeah.
But it's like more of the presence and like the footprint the person left.
Yep.
And because the reason why I say Stone Cold Steve Austin is because he brought like literally when the WWF was in shambles,
Yeah.
he came in and literally brought it back to life.
Oh, yeah.
And same thing with like Hulk Hogan. He kind of brought everything back, brought their hype up, but then he left for I forget ECW, whatever the heck it's called. I forget.
Yeah.
No, I think just John Cena's longevity and the fact that he's been
Right.
able to do it this long and still be every kid's favorite wrestler is like
Right. Well, he
impressive.
built a crazy resume. I mean, you were talking about his Make a Wish. I was actually looking at this. He has the most Make a Wish grants in history.
Yep.
Over 650 Make a Wish grants. That's really, really impressive. And then his Hollywood crossover was huge. Just
Right.
going into movies. I mean,
And he was awesome. And
Yeah.
we've talked about Peacemaker multiple times on this show.
so yeah, I didn't watch it before this show, and I started binge watching it. It was too good to stop.
It's so good.
It was a really good show.
And we've also what we have in common is that we both really like Suicide Squad,
Yep.
especially actually probably
The Suicide Squad.
the Suicide Squad, the second one,
Yeah.
with John Cena and Idris Elba.
Yeah,
Man.
it did horrible, in
It
box
was
office
so,
stuff, but
one of the best
I
superhero
enjoyed it.
movies of all time. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
I really liked it a lot. I mean, he's an action guy because like there's certain things like when we talk about like Daddy's Home and stuff like that Christmas movie or whatever that was called. That like I don't think he's a great actor when he's supposed to not be in action. If that makes sense.
I'll
'Cause, like,
disagree with you a little
And
bit on
Fast and
that.
Furious, I thought he was like okay in that one too.
I don't remember
he
him
did
in Fast and
okay.
Furious.
It was one of the newer ones, but
But
he's Vin Diesel's brother in the series.
okay.
Yeah. So
What's it
makes no
called?
sense, but
Ricky Stenicki, the
Yeah,
Amazon
see,
Prime
it was
movie. I thought
okay, but I think
I-
there was better casting out there. But
it
yeah.
was. I still think I think he is a great comedic actor.
Yeah.
Not saying he's a good actor, but Peacemaker, you
Right.
can argue that he is because he was actually
Yeah.
he actually did a whole spectrum of emotions,
Right.
and it read really well as a viewer. But like his comedic acting and like Ricky Stenicki and Jackpot, I think it's called. All
Yeah.
Amazon Prime movies.
Yep.
And also he has another movie with Idris Elba on Amazon Prime. It's like like when they're playing
Yeah.
presidents.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But like seems like he's kind of, there's a particular role for him, and that's
Yeah.
pretty I see what you're saying.
I think I love him in action movies. So certain guys, he's like The Rock too. I mean, he comes from fighting and stuff. I think he's a great action actor, but I just don't like seeing him in other roles. But that's all personal preference. I mean,
Subjectivity.
exactly, without a doubt. And then we have to go. Man, we are killing it on time for show today.
We're
And
burning.
we have the last topic that we're going to talk about today before we get a little interactive. 50 Cent decided he wanted to go all the way and just completely expose Diddy. Like, just,
Eviscerating him
yeah.
on every
Oh,
level,
oh, he's
from
done. Yeah.
literally from his relationship with his mother,
Yeah.
his own mother, and women,
Everything.
to the death and murder of Tupac and Biggie,
Yeah.
to drugging and the mysterious deaths of
Right.
a lot of women around him.
Yeah.
Man, I could
It's
not
just-
stop watching. I got
it
one more
keeps
episode to
going.
go. It is interesting, and that right there,
Yeah.
that's Cassie, one of his or like his side chick, who
Right.
ended up turning in like after Diddy's wife, something Porter, Kim Porter. That
Yeah.
was his first wife, which is literally just pretty much his trophy wife. This is
Yeah.
the person that Diddy walks around red carpets, but he treats like absolute crap behind the scenes, and you get to
Right.
see all of that unfold. There's a ton of insider video from
Yeah.
because 50 Cent got all this video from someone filming Diddy over right before he got arrested. And Diddy thought this was like a documentary on how he was going to get out of this
Right.
and like be like, oh, like I'm fine, like I'm all
Yeah,
good.
No, not
Yeah.
happening.
The exact opposite. And there's four. It's a 4-episode miniseries. They only gave him 4 episodes, so he has a bunch of other film and controversial
Right.
topics that he would like to still put out there. 50 Cent does, so he's
Right.
gonna release that on YouTube. He says.
Well,
plans
the
to.
interviews and stuff he did when he first agreed to interviews is with ABC, and this is such like a gangster.
Oh
thing.
my god, this
So
is
you
so
know,
petty.
yeah. So he only did the interview with ABC because that's the only station that goes out to the prisons. So that's the only one that Diddy could be watching on.
Yep.
Which is like, I think that's so awesome. Like you're like, yeah, I'll do an interview with you only because then he can see.
And you know he's going to be watching the news in jail too,
Yeah.
because you learn that how much he loves himself, and he's going to be watching the news any chance he gets while he's in jail,
Oh, without a
just
doubt.
to see if anything of him pops up, good or bad.
Yeah.
He likes it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just
And the second episode is when they really get into the Tupac and Biggie murders. Man,
yeah.
he
Well,
had a lot to do with it.
That makes me wonder is like if these people knew, you know, and there's this little inner circle and they're like, oh well, we don't know for sure, but we know a lot of this information. How wide does that expand outside of, you know,
Well,
Diddy? Like
here's
is there
the-
a whole bunch of other stuff that they know and they just
Well,
don't
yeah,
tell other people? I mean,
because
how deep does it go?
We're talking about Los Angeles Crips,
Yeah.
the gang.
Right.
And none of them are snitching on each other. And that's the whole
No.
part, because nobody,
Right.
like even Suge Knight, the owner of Death Row Records,
Yep.
and who had Tupac, Snoop Dogg on his record label, and a very also super controversial guy, very aggressive, has
Yeah.
was in jail for pretty much on like his back half of his life. He knew that Diddy had a lot to do with Tupac, his own artist dying, and Biggie
Right.
dying, and he said nothing about it. And he's like, that was the whole thing. Like, none of them are going to snitch on each other, whether it gets the person they hate
Yeah.
in trouble or not. It doesn't matter, because it's just a street code that they
Right.
don't break.
It's just one of those deep rabbit holes in Hollywood that I feel like it could literally go forever. And we could talk about it forever, but unfortunately, we do run out of time in this show. So we're going to take one more break. When we come back, we're not going to have too much time to get into the interactive segment. So we're just going to talk a little bit on the Warner Bros. And Netflix deal and what's going on with that whole fiasco. And we are back with a few minutes left, so don't leave just yet. Now, this is, I think, one of the biggest, like, we talk streaming services all the time. It's just a part of today, but this has got to be the biggest news of the year when we're talking about that. Netflix, which has become this giant, making their own series that are so insanely successful, has taken something that has an insane resume for successful films. Netflix agreed to spend almost $83 billion to acquire Warner Bros. Studios and everything that they own. Now, there was a whole bunch of things involved in this. I know Paramount was trying to outbid them, but they missed the deadline. So I want to know what Paramount was
Did they
offering.
miss the deadline? I
They did,
thought they.
yeah, it
Okay.
closed. But
Thank God.
yeah,
I mean, but I still think either way, like I wish they hadn't sold, because
Right.
I don't like how literally every uh what's the word? Popular TV show of all
Yeah.
time is now gonna be on Netflix. Plus, they're gonna you already know
Right.
just because of that, just because of the discography that they're gonna be getting
Oh
in with
yeah.
that, they're gonna be raising the prices. It's
Yeah.
going to be
Because I
a
think
lot
Netflix is
less
already up
movies.
to over $20 a month
And
or something.
Netflix,
Yeah.
the CEO pretty much said like he's trying to get rid of the movie theater business. Like
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
literally said like people want to watch movies at home
Right.
anyways. Like not me. Like I genuinely it depends though. Like Five Nights at Freddy's, I'm not going to go spend money on that. I
Right.
will spend money on watching Begonia in the theaters because that's like or Dune 2 or 3. Like
Right.
that's like Dune
Yeah.
2 and 3, that's a Warner Bros thing. Is that
That
going to be
is,
on
yeah.
is that going to be coming out on Netflix now? Like I'd
Right.
hate
And
that.
for me, I'm one of those people who the movie theater thing isn't even just for seeing a great movie early. I like the experience and just like the atmosphere of being inside of a theater, especially for certain movies. Like when I went in for opening night, like Avengers Endgame, that is a core memory for me that I will never forget.
I
Like
agree.
seeing, I mean, this isn't even a spoiler alert. If you don't know that Iron Man dies by now, then you lived under a rock. So, like, being in there for that and then hearing everybody,
Oh
like,
yeah, I'll never
cheer
forget
stuff, like,
watching
that's the atmosphere you
I
need.
saw Get Out in the theaters 2 times when I was in high school.
Okay.
Like that was one movie that like the audience was
Yeah.
fully immersed into it. Like everybody, you're getting loud reactions out of people. Some people
Right.
are talking to people after things. Like that's stuff that you can't get taken away from you, especially if you're a
No.
kid or anything. Like I'm not saying that a bunch of kids are planning on going seeing Dune 3 in theaters, but like
Right.
for me, like that'd be a bummer if I can't go see Dune 3 in theaters. I don't know why this is a
Yeah,
movie that
without a
keeps
doubt. I
popping up,
mean,
but
they've just, picked a whole ton of things. Like they now own all the Harry Potter movies and shows. They own
Sopranos,
the
The
entire
Wire.
DC universe, all the Game of Thrones, Friends, all the Cartoon Network stuff. I mean,
It's
it
gonna be
just goes
impossible to try to
on
find
and
something
on.
on
Yeah,
Netflix
yeah.
now.
It's gonna be digging through piles upon piles of these movies, which I wonder because I think on HBO Max right now is where you find all the DC stuff. So I wonder if that has to all jump over to Netflix or
That's
if
what I'd
HBO can
imagine.
still have a hold on it. I think that
Is HBO Max also just gonna cease to exist? Like, is
yeah,
that kind of
I don't know.
it
They've changed
boggles
the
my
name
mind,
of it
man.
3 times. I have like 3 different apps for that
It
streaming
boggles my
service.
mind.
So I don't know. It'll pile up, and before we know it, who knows? Netflix might be where you go for cable television. It might just be the new cable television leader. So same thing. History repeats itself, but we ran us right to the end of the show, and we could talk a lot more, but we are out of time. So thanks for joining us on this Saturday night. We will catch you guys next week.